Welcome to Introverse.
Here's a short story. I've substitute taught. First of all, I worked with kids for a long time anyway because I was
Like a youth pastor, right? Yeah.
Yes, but and I have a worst youth pastor story, but I won't get
Ooh,
into that. Here's my
you
worst
sure?
day as a yeah, I'm sure. My
Okay.
worst day as a substitute teacher was uh, at this school, the aforementioned. Uh, the kids were so bad, and all I wanted them to do was work on the assignment that the other teacher had left them. And they were just talking and whatever. And I'm not gonna keep them from talking,
Yeah.
but just do your work, and we won't have a problem.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to push my buttons and
Mm-hmm.
say all kinds of stuff. I said, "Hey, class, keep working on your assignment." Blah blah blah. So one of them. Now this, I was probably 30 years old. Okay, or I don't know what the exact age was.
Yeah. Around
I
there.
can look in my emails. This kid just just looks at me and he just goes, "So you're still a virgin, aren't you?"
What?
Whoa.
Just with all
Oh.
the confidence, in the
Oh.
world, he says this. And some kids start laughing. Then some other kids like, "Man, leave him alone. You don't." And they'd say to me, "Hey, you don't have to answer that, Mr. Freeman." Blah blah blah. The truth was, I was a virgin at the time when he
Okay.
said
Okay.
this,
Yeah.
and it was a very sore spot for
Sore
me, and
subject for you. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
very tense, and just in my mind,
How the hell
I
did that
was not
kid?
I was not. I didn't think I was allowed to talk back. I couldn't just be like, ask your mom or anything like
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have the tools to come back with that. And
Yeah.
Right.
because it was true, I was just kind of stunned. And
Yeah. I
so
guess so.
and it still haunts me because just like, yeah, what did that kid? How did that kid know? What did he see?
What did he pick? How old was it?
What
How
was
old
I
was it?
doing?
How
These
old
were
were
high
they?
school kids. These were high
Okay.
schools,
Same age,
probably like
16 or
14,
so.
15. Yeah.
Little
So
assholes.
it was pretty brutal.
What did he pick up on?
I had to go out, and it was a part of the big factor to forcing me to get out and
Get
lose
out.
my virginity early.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Not the
So
horniness.
it was
Just the kid.
it was a combination
Of the
of all of
two.
that.
Okay. Okay.
It
Both
was
of
a
them. Yeah.
combination
Yeah,
of a
that
lot
was the
of
straw
factors.
that broke the virgin's back.
Yeah.
He was just like,
Yeah.
"That's it. I gotta
Whew.
pull
Yeah.
that
I've
So
dealt
trigger."
with
that
some kids
was a
and
pretty
their
bad
little
day. Oh, but that's just only one thing that happened that day. All this
that's it.
happened on the same day because I was at this school for one day, and I just said,
Wow.
never again. I'll never
Oh
substitute
my God,
again.
dude.
What else did they say? Okay, so these kids were so bad, and they were getting so hype and making fun of me so much, and just not working on their assignment, and they were so rowdy, and like other teachers from down the hall were coming in to try to like, what's going on in this class, etc. And gosh, so what did I do? I went to the office and I just said, "Hey, I need some help with this class. These kids are just really
Yeah.
wild. They're just getting
Bunch of
rambunctious." And
freaking heathens.
the assistant principal came in, and when the assistant principal came in, all these kids just looked at me as like, "Oh man, you snitched! You're just a snitch." And so
The
they just
assistant
called me.
principal said that?
Yes, no, the kids.
The
The
kid
assistant
said,
principal came in to try to get the kids to calm
okay.
down and quiet down, and then the kids started calling me snitch. It's like, "Oh, you
Oh my God.
snitched!"
The snitch
And so
virgin.
then you're just like, they just called me snitch the rest of
Oh
the
my
day,
God,
which
dude.
is, I don't know which I'd rather be, a snitch or a virgin. It was bad. So
I think
just
virgin.
the worst things you can
Yeah.
call somebody, they
Yeah.
were calling me, and
Yeah.
it was no cuss words,
That
no nothing,
virginity,
just
man, can stick with
snitch.
you.
Yeah.
I was 22, I think. Yeah. And I thought
Oh,
which is it's pretty high in today's age.
I was okay, yeah. So I lost my virginity that same year. So
That same day.
I was 30.
Well,
Well, no,
listen,
when did that happen? It happened. That class happened in the spring, and I lost it in December of that year. So I
nice.
was
Okay.
36, and I turned 37 that year.
Okay.
So Christmas
So
But this
that's
defines.
was
much
all
different.
part of it.
That's much different than 30.
Yeah, no, it was much later. I
Okay. I
was
feel like a
thinking
real
back.
asshole saying I was 22.
No, I was
But
thinking back. I was like, I was really young, but no, this was the
yeah.
same year
Well,
all
that's
that
still
happened.
10 years ago, dude.
Yeah, it was
You
recent.
know?
Yeah, it's still fresh.
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
I haven't taught a day of school since. No more
Little
substituting.
assholes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I lasted 13
You
years,
taught
is it
you
14
taught for
years
a
as a
while,
teacher.
Roby. Yeah.
And I'm never going to go back. My wife keeps trying to get me to go back and
Your
I'm like,
wife was a teacher too. Or she still is,
she
actually.
still is, yes.
She's trying to get you back into teaching?
Yeah, but so we have summers
Why?
off so we can take road trips around the country and the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
she
I
clearly doesn't know this story of how the
yeah.
kid wronged him by
Yeah.
vomiting
By vomiting
in
in
his
his
class.
class and
She
someone else
Well,
came
look,
When
I
she
clean.
had
hears this podcast, she might understand.
she
Oh,
may
it was him.
Yeah.
That's why
she
she
may
wants.
finally
Mhm.
understand my
Yeah.
complete abject terror at this
Yeah.
kid vomiting in the class.
Yeah, a
Um,
little.
no, I mean, look, I was disrespected a lot by students, but man, I don't think anyone ever like set up because I was a virgin when I first started teaching, you
Mhm.
know, for a while actually, but I never got, I used to get all the time, are you married or do you have a girlfriend? I got
Mhm.
that a lot
They smelled it. Yeah.
from the girls,
Oh,
and
freak.
what? How am I a freak? They were asking the question, and I'm just like, because
Same
look,
reason why is the kid a freak.
but here's the thing, because when I started teaching, I was like 21, 22, 23. They
Yeah.
were
Okay.
18 in some cases. So, I mean, there's
You
only
didn't
like a
you didn't
4-year
like
difference there.
you didn't like fool around with them or anything, huh?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
But believe me, I realize now why a lot of teachers get in trouble with this because they don't have self-control. And when one of these
Yeah.
kids is basically coming on to
Mhm.
you,
Yeah.
you know, they don't have any self-control and they're just like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let's do it," you
Yeah.
know?
Better have some morals and self-control combined.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Combination of the two.
No.
Yeah.
No, look, man, look, there was a specific student who stayed. She stayed. She had my class. It was the last class of the day, and she was like everybody else left. The bell rang. Everybody else left. She was still in the class, sitting at the computer, and I'm like, "Hey, the bell rang," and she said, "Oh, can I stay here? Because my ride's going to be like 20 minutes late or whatever."
Mhm.
And I said, "No,
Nope.
I'm
Get out.
leaving. You need to leave." And she was like, "Oh, please, can I stay?" And I'm like, "Nope, you can't stay because no one's going to be in here and the door's going to be
Right.
locked."
That's
So
right.
I kicked her out. Dude,
Yep.
she tried this like 2 or 3 times. Flash forward several months later,
Mm-mm.
the school resource officer at the
Mhm.
school is
Wow.
arrested for
Yep.
having an affair with this girl.
With this so student.
They were
Oh,
doing it in the auditorium on a regular
what?
basis. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. True story.
Flash forward how long?
It was like several months later.
Wow.
Months.
So clearly this
That
girl
could
was
have been you, Roby.
yeah, well that's what I'm saying, dude.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. You had good judgment. Good judgment, morals,
you
self-control.
need self-control. Like you can't just
Jesus.
be but I mean that's how you have to be every day in the world. Like you just can't,
This is true.
you know what I'm saying? Like cuz people think like, "Oh, once you get to a certain age, you're mature
Mhm.
and you're an
No,
adult
you
and you
don't.
don't make stupid decisions
I'm
anymore."
46. I'm still making stupid decisions.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure if I make it to my 70s, I'm going to still be making stupid decisions.
I
Like
still feel like a kid some days.
that's true.
Like, for real. I'm like, am I adult? I'm doing adult things. Uh, I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, it's crazy. I honestly think 80-year-old people still feel like they're 25,
Yeah.
like in their brain,
Yeah, there's nothing that tells you, well, you're an adult now,
except for the mirror.
you know? Yeah, well, stay away from that.
And your joints.
Yeah. Take a lot of pills.
Yeah. All right, B.
All right. So,
You're up.
you ready for this?
I don't know. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact.
You remember the worst date episode, right?
Yes, I know for a fact you have the worst.
Yes, I do have the worst. You know this story, Roby. This is on the same lines as the worst date episode. And I'm interested, Greg, because you worked for FedEx too, right?
I did.
Did you deliver?
I did.
You drove a truck? Okay. So maybe you had a similar situation, but it would have popped up.
I doubt it, because
sure.
I feel like he would have
for sure on your worst day.
Well, here, really quickly, my worst day at FedEx was so bad, and this is before GPS and everyone had iPhones and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm searching around for these printed out MapQuest directions and trying to find this house in the dark, and there's no lights and there's no mailbox, and I'm just looking on this street in the middle of Woodbury, Tennessee. And I actually called, and again, this was closer to 30, 29, whatever. I called my dad,
same age,
and told him, this is so bad, I have to quit. I'm quitting tonight. And I just want you to know that I can't take another minute. And it's not that I'm lazy. This job is horrible. He said, son, you got to do what you got to do. And I was like, all right, make you feel bad
because I didn't quit after this. I should have quit.
You should.
All right, so this is the situation. So
I don't feel bad at all. I quit.
No, I know. I'm messing. I'm messing.
I've been in that situation. For staying into this. Yeah.
So you remember around the same time they had the Dell computers? No, Gateway. And they came in the big huge boxes that had like a cow print, right?
Yep.
They're huge. The monitor, the tower, all of that in one big box. You know, that was like their thing. You just order it. It shows up at your house. You got a Gateway computer. They weighed like 60 pounds. You know, so I had one of these, and it was to a business. Now, the weird thing about this business was the office was upstairs, but the stairs were outside of the building, which is a weird thing, right? Unless you're like an apartment complex or, so
hotel.
But, this is where like 20 minutes from where Roby lives now in Houma, Louisiana. A lot of oil field companies. That was, it was a rough, dirty, rough area. So the office is upstairs. I got to bring this box upstairs, 60 pounds. And the urge hits me. I've got to use the bathroom. It's number 2. All right, let's just get that out the way right now. I got to take a shit. But it's okay. Right? I'm like, okay, I can go up there. Get her to sign for the pad. I've been here before. I'm a regular, the FedEx guy. I'm their FedEx guy. So I can go up, drop it off, have her sign for the package, ask to use the restroom, which is normal. They, whatever. They don't care.
Sure, Brent.
Use the bathroom. Get back on the road. So I get up there, and the front, and it's only the front office is small, and it's just like a receptionist behind a glass type situation, and it's full of people. I mean, probably 15 people packed in this little front office, and that's when it hits you like, oh, anxiety, this plan is not going to work, and the lady wanted me to wait till she dealt with all of these people. She says, no, you're just going to have to wait. She was having a bad day, really bad day. You could tell, so I'm like, okay, put it down. I said, look, I'm just going to come back for your signature when you're not busy. There's no way I'm carrying this box back downstairs. And FedEx back then was so super strict. It's not like Amazon now. They just do whatever. Like, you needed signatures for everything.
Right.
So I didn't get a signature, left the computer, and was like, okay, back down the stairs. I don't even know a plan at this point. I just got to make it to my truck. Walking down the stairs, and the pain in my stomach is so bad. So I have to stop walking down the stairs, and you're clenching every single muscle in your body, holding in your soul from exiting your asshole. And it goes away. You ever had that feeling? Like you run in the bathroom,
Yeah.
I'm the only one. Okay.
No, you're the only one.
Like, all right.
No,
So it
that's
passed.
happened. Yeah.
It's passed. I make it 3 more steps. It hits again. Stop. All right. Breathe, deep breaths. All right. Another step, and then it just happens. Everything just falls out. I just crap the mother load. Just explosive diarrhea. I wasn't the FedEx guy that wore the shorts, thank God. I wore pants. I wasn't a short guy, I wore pants. And I mean, it went down the legs. You're feeling it. And I'm walking. So I'm like, all right, well, it's happened. And you don't know what to do. It's panic mode. Like, there's no fight or flight. It's just, I don't know. Oh my God. So I get back in my truck. Your heart, like, you feel like you're gonna have a heart attack. Like, this is not real. This is a dream. This is not real. This has not just happened.
Nightmare, more like it.
Yeah, nightmare. So I'm like, okay, I actually only live 15 minutes from here. Not the end of the world. All right, I'm gonna go to my house, change, just shower, like a 30-second shower. I can do this. That's the plan. Come
You
back,
can do it.
make her sign, finish my route, make it to my house. And dude, I don't even know to this day, I don't know how it made such a mess. There was shit on my hands. It got on my hands, on the steering wheel. Like, I don't even know. Like, it was diarrhea. Like, it was in my socks. I get that, but how did it get on my hands? No clue. No freaking clue. Everywhere. Bad. Smelled so. It's summertime too. It was like August.
Oh my God.
And those trucks don't have air conditioning.
No,
No.
of course not. Yeah.
There's no air condition. So it's hot, sweaty shit. Make it to my house. I'm like, all right, we can do this. Got a plan. Let's go. Walk to the front door, reach for my keys. Left my keys at the FedEx station in my locker. Don't have keys to get in. In hindsight, I should have just broke a freaking window. That would have been acceptable, right? Break a window,
Do you
break
have
into
your
your own
wallet?
house.
Or with a credit card, you could have.
Have you ever tried to credit card your way into
I'm
a
just
house?
saying. They do it in the movies all the time.
So across the street, my neighbor was outside on her cordless phone. This is before cell phones were big. She had a cordless phone.
Oh, I remember the cordless
and I'm like,
phones.
okay. My ex-wife, my wife at the time, current ex-wife, she actually only works like 3 blocks from here at a bank. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go across the street, ask to use her phone to call the bank. Which is crazy. I'm thinking about now, like, I knew the number to the bank. Freaking no numbers. No
We
one
knew
knows
a
phone
lot of
numbers
numbers back then.
So I'm going to ask her, nicest lady. So of course, here, you can use my phone. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, babe, I need to come get the keys. Don't ask a question. I'm going to just pull up in the FedEx truck. Just come outside, hand me the keys. This is the same ex-wife where with the worst bad dates, where I threw up and shit everywhere.
Yes.
So she
she's
had an idea of what happened.
She's familiar with your routine. Yeah.
She knew what happened. Yeah. She didn't ask questions. She was a team player. She knew the drill. It's like slow motion. As I'm handing the phone back to the lady, I realize my hands are full of shit. And it's a white cordless phone, and her phone is now full of shit. I don't know how that played out because I handed it and left, but I'm sure on her side, I'm sure she's got a story of a FedEx guy that can use her phone. It loves shit smears.
There's a short film about that.
Yeah, I'm sure she's got a story that she's somewhere's out there. Which street did I live on?
What in the hell?
Cavaness. If this ever reaches her, she lived on Cavaness Street or Drive. The FedEx guy came use your cordless phone, and it was full of shit. And yeah, so Went, drive to the bank. So this 15 minutes is now turning into like 27
Say, we're
minutes.
still going. All right. Yeah.
Still going, full of just shit everywhere. Got the keys. Boom. Went back to the house. Quick shower. Changed. Good enough. Let's go. Got back in the truck. Let me tell you something. That truck, there was shit everywhere.
It was cooking.
Because it was on my hands. It's all over the steering wheel, seat belt, soaked through my pants into the cloth seat.
Yeah.
Oh, a cloth seat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So went back, got the signature, finished my route, which I wasn't even close to being done. I still had like another hour and a half left or something.
You finished your route.
Finished the route, driving back to the station, put the code in to get through the gate. And the manager is outside waiting for me because I'm the last one pulling in. I was usually like the last one, but not like 45 minutes late.
Right.
You know? He knew something, which was weird. Why he didn't call me on the radio? Standing outside waiting for me. So I pull up next to him, open the door. It's a sliding door. Whoosh. And before I can say anything, I said, I think I said, yeah, I got sick. And he knew instantly because I get the smell. He's like, get out. Go home now. Just go home. I don't know what happened to the truck. I guess they like freaking bleached the whole thing and
Sandblasted it
and burned it and blew it up. And yeah, man, that was my worst day at work. Yep. So yeah, cheers to the kid throwing up.
Yeah.
But you look back at it, it's a good story now. I laugh at it. I had to laugh at it. I got a bunch of those
Well,
stories.
I mean, you kind of have to,
Yeah, if you don't laugh at it, yeah, you'll do other things that are much darker.
Right.
But
well, like I said, the vomiting kid was not the absolute worst day. That was just the story I chose to tell because I've already told the worst when I was
being
robbed.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Greg from the Introverse podcast. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on Introverse Pod on social media. Thank you so much for listening.
What he said.
Yep. Nailed it.
Boom.